Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filter from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Nic and Carl. Hey there, welcome back to our sermon preview for the week. Carl, we're starting a new series this week.
Yes,
it's going to be a 7-week series on
First Thessalonians.
First Thessalonians. Try to say Thessalonians 10 times fast. So for this series, for the sermon previews, we got some different things that we're doing. As you might notice, we're standing in front of a house.
Location.
A location. And the idea behind these is, where in the world are Nic and Carl? So we're challenging you to figure out, where are Nic and Carl at in front of this video? In this video, where are they in front of? And so if you know or think you might have a guess, you can text the number that will be flashing up at the bottom of the screen here. And the first person to get it right will have a prize for them to, be able to use.
Yeah, very good. And so each week there'll be a different location.
Yep.
Same idea. You have to text it in to win. If you've already won once, you can't win again, etc.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So for First Thessalonians, our main theme that we found through that is the idea of faith and growth. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. That comes up time and time again, where Paul is challenging the people in Thessalonica about growing in faith and giving them encouragement, because they are actually doing a good job of it.
Yeah. So we're going to see a lot of that. And so, Carl, how does this idea of where in the world are Nic and Carl, how does this fit into the idea of First Thessalonians and faith and growth?
Well, one of the things we want to do is each week then we want to be able to challenge you, the listeners out there. Where in the world do you see the power of the Holy Spirit in whatever's transpiring in the passage for that Sunday? So, for instance, this first Sunday, we're looking at the first 10 verses of First Thessalonians. And in there's definitely talking about the Holy Spirit. That's there. We have new wristbands, and that's here in verse 6. And again, that's just talking about having joy in our lives and stuff. But there's this also the idea of imitating Paul and Silas or Silvanus and Timothy, and then being examples to other people around you. So for this week, I think our question is, where in the world do you see the power of the Holy Spirit as you look at being an example for others, or as you look at who have you looked to try to imitate those people?
Yeah, definitely. So this idea of, where in your life do you see the Holy Spirit working as you're trying to tell people about Christ, or be an example of Christ, or reflect Christ, and how is the Holy Spirit working in that? Yeah.
So I think it'll be a fun series. I would recommend reading First Thessalonians. There's only 5 chapters. It really wouldn't take you that long. But the more you read it, then the more valuable these previews will be to you. And I think the more you'll get out of the Sunday services as we do this for the next 7 Sundays.
Definitely. So don't forget, throw us a guess on where we are and what we're standing in front of, and you might just win yourself a prize.
Yeah! See ya.
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filter from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Nic and Carl.